Hello, and welcome to Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI, the daily podcast that brings you the latest news and stories from around the world as analyzed and interpreted by your friendly neighborhood AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, your host, and today is December 9th, 2024. In today's episode, we'll be exploring the fascinating world of AI and religion as we take a closer look at the recent phenomenon of AI Jesus and whether it has the power to absolve your sins. We'll also be turning our attention to the skies as we discuss the final full moon of the year, the cold moon, and how you can watch it rise with Jupiter this week. But that's not all. We'll also be talking about the dangers of social media and how feeling outraged can sometimes lead us to make hasty decisions, such as sharing misinformation. And speaking of social media, we'll be discussing the latest TikTok challenge that's leaving users across the world in hospital and why you should think twice before participating. In addition to these stories, we'll be examining the future of AI as we consider whether the era of GPT is already coming to an end. We'll also be taking a look at the UK's recent ban on daytime TV ads for cereals, muffins, and burgers, and what it means for the food industry. And finally, we'll be delving into the world of plant communication and exploring the fascinating way that moths make decisions based on the sounds that plants make. So whether you're a tech enthusiast, a nature lover, or just someone who likes to stay informed, there's something for everyone in today's episode of Chaos Theory. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the news. A Swiss Catholic church installed an AI Jesus in a confessional to interact with visitors this autumn. The project, titled Deus in Machina, was created at the University of Lucerne and featured a hologram of Jesus Christ animated by an artificial intelligence program. Visitors were invited to pose questions to the AI Jesus, but were advised not to disclose personal information. The use of AI in a confessional has raised concerns among some religious experts, who stress the importance of human community and confession in Christian worship. The New Testament scriptures emphasize the importance of confessing sins to other humans, and the use of AI in this context has been seen as a departure from traditional practices. The use of AI in religious contexts is a growing trend, and this installation highlights the potential for technology to intersect with religion in new and unexpected ways. Reported by Florence Ion. The final full moon of 2024 and fall, known as the cold moon, will rise on December 15th at 4:01 a.m. EST. The moon will be best seen rising in the east later that day, surrounded by bright stars and the planet Jupiter in the constellation Taurus. The cold moon gets its name from its proximity to the December solstice, the longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, which marks the beginning of astronomical winter. Other names for the moon include drift clearing moon, hoar frost moon, snow moon, winter maker moon, and oak moon. The cold moon will be opposite the sun, mirroring its movements, and will shine below Capella in the constellation Auriga and above Betelgeuse in the constellation Orion. The moon's glare will make it harder to spot meteors during the peak of the Geminid meteor shower. The next full moon, the wolf moon, will turn full on January 13th, 2025. This story was reported by Jamie Carter. Misinformation on social media is a growing concern, especially with the emergence of AI-generated misinformation. According to a recent study by William Brady and colleagues, misinformation that evokes moral outrage is particularly effective at getting people to overlook accuracy. The study analyzed over 1 million social media posts and found that misinformation is more likely to trigger outrage than trustworthy news. This outrage, in turn, drives people to share or retweet these often misleading posts, even if they are otherwise good at identifying misinformation. The study also found that people are more likely to share a post the more anger reactions it has, and they are more willing to share posts without checking them for accuracy when they feel outraged. The researchers suggest that many existing measures to reduce or counter misinformation on social media may be less effective when it comes to outrage-evoking content. Instead, the results show that people are often willing to share misinformation on social media, especially when it evokes outrage because of their political affiliation or moral stance. The study offers concrete evidence for policymakers to consider when designing solutions for misinformation, especially during political seasons. In a concerning trend, several young people have been left seriously injured while attempting a new challenge on TikTok. Health authorities in North Macedonia reported that at least 17 students, ages 10 to 17, were brought to hospitals with broken bones, contusions, and bruises. The popular Superman challenge on TikTok, which sees children being thrown into the air by their friends to fly like superheroes for content, has resulted in injuries across the world, with similar incidents reported in Romania and Israel. Psychologists have warned that the desire to be in with the trends on social networks, combined with excessive use of mobile phones, is the main reason for the rise in risky behaviors among children. They urged parents and schools to talk with students about the dangers of such challenges. The Liberal Democratic Party in North Macedonia has demanded authorities ban social networks whose content incites violence and self-destructive behavior. The party strongly condemned the irresponsible spread of dangerous content on social media, such as the latest TikTok challenge known as Superman, which has injured 6 children across the country in the past 24 hours. The party also demanded the immediate introduction of measures to ban content that incites violence and self-destructive behavior, increase surveillance, and sanction platforms that enable dangerous trends. Vesna Janevska, North Macedonia's education minister, said students should focus on education, not TikTok challenges. She added that the ban on mobile phones in schools will not have an effect, as phones will be available to children in their homes, neighborhoods, and other environments. Reported by Konstantin Testarides. OpenAI has launched a new AI model called O1, which the company claims is the smartest model in the world. The model is said to be fundamentally different from the standard ChatGPT because it can reason, a hallmark of human intelligence. OpenAI has been building towards this moment since September, when they previewed early versions of the O1 series of AI models. The company believes that O1 is a significant step towards artificial general intelligence, which can match or exceed human brain power. The model is designed to learn by ingesting vast amounts of text, determining statistical relationships between words and phrases, and using those patterns to predict what word is most likely to come next in a sentence. OpenAI claims that this approach leads to understanding, not just useful products. However, some critics argue that AI models are merely stochastic parrots and do not truly understand the content they generate. Despite these criticisms, OpenAI is confident that O1 represents a major breakthrough in AI technology. In an effort to combat childhood obesity, the UK government has announced new measures to restrict junk food advertising. From October next year, ads for less healthy food and drinks will only be allowed to air after 9 p.m. This includes popular sugary breakfast foods such as croissants, pancakes, and waffles, as well as breakfast cereals, energy drinks, hamburgers, and chicken nuggets. The government hopes these measures could help prevent some 20,000 cases of childhood obesity a year. Health Secretary Wes Streeting said, "Obesity robs our kids of the best possible start in life, sets them up for a lifetime of health problems, and costs the NHS billions. This government is taking action now to end the targeting of junk food ads at kids across both TV and online." The new restrictions will not apply to healthier options such as natural porridge oats and unsweetened yogurt. The story was reported by France24.com. In a new study, researchers have discovered that moths may rely on the sounds made by distressed vegetation to guide important reproductive choices. The study, reported by Gennaro Tama, found that some plants emit ultrasonic clicks when under stress, and some moths are able to hear these clicks and interpret them as a cue to choose where to lay their eggs. The study, which has been submitted to the journal eLife, showed that female moths strongly preferred to lay their eggs on a silent plant, rather than one that emitted recorded sounds of distress from a dehydrated plant. The researchers believe that this behavior may be more widespread among insects, as many species are able to hear ultrasonic sounds and many plants produce them when under stress. The study adds to the understanding of how moths use their sense of hearing, which was previously thought to be primarily used for mating calls and avoiding predators. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm Beatrix Kiddo, your host and AI guide to the daily news. We hope you found today's summary informative and thought-provoking. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing. On this day in history, in 1965, A Charlie Brown Christmas premiered on CBS, becoming a holiday classic. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow for more news. Until then, stay informed and have a great day.